Hey guys, I just wanted to come in and do a short video today just talking about the Rapture a little bit. I know that I did talk about it a little bit last week, but I've actually had 3 dreams about it now, so I just wanted to quickly talk about what my dreams were about it. So I've had 3 this year. So I had one in February, I had another one in March, which was the one I talked about last week with New York City, and then I had a 3rd in May of this year. So yeah, I'll just talk about those 2 today. So the one I had in February, just to have a little bit of a background into it, is that I was definitely praying about it for quite some time before I had the dream. I was praying quite intently and a lot about it, and whether I was going to be taken and whether my family was going to be taken, and also, you know, like I was just saying, you know, can I come home now, Father, you know, how much longer, sort of thing. And so that was basically when I had this one. I was praying about it for a few weeks before I got the dream, and I was praying for a dream about the Rapture. So this is the one I got, I believe, that in answer to what I had been praying, I guess, is that okay, so this one was on the 14th February. Now, so it's just a very short dream. I haven't written much details about it because I really have only just started writing details about my dreams, so this one, not much detail. So it was just, I was laying in bed, looking up at the ceiling. Both these times was during the night, so I was looking up at the ceiling and I just remember something coming over my entire body. I could feel it going over my entire body, and obviously I knew what it was at the time. And it's very, very hard to explain, you know, the feelings of being raptured in these dreams. It's really, really weird, and slightly different each time, but each time I knew that I was being raptured. So yeah, anyway, it's really, really difficult to explain it, but I could just feel like every millimetre of my body just being like taken over by something. And so I was lifted up in my room. I was lifted up above my bed, but then I could feel myself coming back down to my bed. And basically what I got from that was just that the Father was trying to tell me that if He could take me, that He would. But obviously the timing wasn't right, and it's still not right. So it'll definitely happen when it's exactly supposed to happen, and not any time before that. So, you know, and he's got perfect timing. Everything He does is with perfect timing and accuracy. So when it's time, we will be going very, very soon, and I know that it will be very, very soon. So yeah, okay. And so the second one I had was on the 5th of May, and it was a little bit more detailed, and it did have some detail about, you know, my family and things like that, but I'll try to leave, you know, names and stuff out. So if I skip parts, it's because I don't want to talk about specific details for people's privacy. So in this dream, it was about my family specifically, and it was kind of a bit odd in that it had 2 parts to it. But anyway, so in the first part, had my family, and they were just standing around talking in a group, nothing too much out of the ordinary. And then my fellow sister in Christ, she had walked away from my family, and she basically said that she was doing some work that was more important, and I don't know exactly what she was doing. She looked like she was making something in this dream. It was really weird. I don't know what she was doing, but I knew that it was for the Father. Whatever she was doing was part of the Father's work that she has been asked to do. But my family didn't really want to listen to her when she was like walking away, and definitely portrayed her as being kind of a bit crazy, you know. So yeah, and I mean, in terms of that, my family has been a bit not as accepting of these things, but that's okay. Still love my family regardless. But that's kind of where that came from. But I had walked after her because I understood what she was talking about, and I knew that it was important, and for some reason in my dream I thought she knew about the timing of the rapture and I think that's why for her it was more important, because I think maybe there was a lack of time or something for it, anyway, that she had to do. Now, the next thing I had just like blinked. I just blinked and she was just gone. So, and all I remember is, I think I remember her shoes being on the grass, which is a really random detail, but that's how I remember it. She was gone. And then I just remember there being some kind of pause in time there, because I was kind of freaking out that she was gone and I wasn't. So it was definitely really quite scary for a good, it was only probably a couple of seconds, but it felt like a really long time. And then the next thing I had known, I felt something come over my body. Same thing again. I just felt something come over my entire body, and I knew that it was a rapture, and that I was really happy about it. And I was just happy because I was like, the Father's taking us home. So that's really, you know, that made me really, really happy. Yeah, and I just remember being very, very happy, and I wrote that down quite a few times, so I must have been really happy when I was writing this dream down, because I wrote that several times. So yeah, anyways, but the next thing I knew, it kind of cut a little bit, so I knew I was being raptured, and then bam, like I was in like a small park, maybe the size of a football field or less, anyway. So, and I just remember that I was really amazed, because I was just looking around at this place and just thinking that there wasn't many people. There was maybe like 50 people, so it was a very small amount of people. Now, I'm not sure if this was directly straight after the rapture had happened, or whether this was maybe further in time or something. So, because I remember running around trying to find my sister in Christ, because I knew that she had been raptured, so I was like running around and trying to find her. And then in my dream I'd actually seen some of my family members, some different and some the same that were in the beginning of the dream. I'll leave out names, but I know that there was 6 or 7 of us in the dream that I had seen. And then I found my sister in Christ after I'd run around looking for her and everything like that. And then it was really quite strange, and I don't understand this part of the dream, but that's why I think maybe it wasn't straight after the rapture, because I was looking at my family, and it was really, really funny, because they weren't happy. They looked really, really quite upset and a little bit disgruntled, actually. Like it's really strange, the looks on their faces. They were just not happy, basically, except for me, because I was happy. But then for some reason I knew that maybe some of them had been raptured, but definitely I knew that not all of them had been raptured, and that's why I don't think it was straight after that had taken place. But for some reason I thought they were there to see something, so maybe they were waiting for something, and I don't know why I was there. Maybe they were to see something, or we were all to see something, or I don't actually know that part. Anyway, for some reason I thought they were there to witness or to see something. I don't know what that's about, but anyway, so then I had seen some other people that I knew, anyway, and then when I'd woken up from that dream, I just remember, because I definitely wrote down that it was such a strong sense of urgency, this dream, after I'd woke up. That's the only thing I could remember. It's just a very strong sense of urgency, and I think that's because we might be getting a lot closer, because this third dream I had in May, so obviously I think we are getting very, very much closer, and yeah, definitely a strong sense of urgency, and I have been feeling that a little bit lately. Definitely urgency, like, you know, something's going to happen very, very soon. So anyway, they're my dreams. They're a bit random, and I don't know whether there's much meaning in them, sort of thing. I think they were more quite personal in relation to just the prayers that I was having about myself and my family being taken or not taken and things like that. So, but I have had those dreams, so I just felt like to share them, because basically before I put up dreams, I'm just going to make sure I get confirmations from the Father that that's something He wants to be shared. So I just make sure I do that before I put up any videos. But I do believe, you know, He wanted me to talk about this subject, and it is very, very important. And I've had 3 dreams. I haven't had 3 dreams about anything else. So I do definitely do believe that the rapture is very important, and I know that everybody has different opinions on it and everything like that, and they feel quite strongly in their opinions, and that's fine. But I strongly believe that it's going to happen very, very soon, and I do believe it's very, very important, guys, that we have our houses in order and everything's sorted, and we're right with the Father. So I do believe that's a very important point that I need to stress, is that we just make sure we're spending time with Him and focusing on our relationship with Him, and not looking to the left and to the right, you know, not looking to the world, only looking to Him and just staying focused in Him and on Him. So that's basically it, really. So I will try to post some more dreams soon. I have had some dreams on natural disasters and stuff like that, which I will post. I just got to make sure that, obviously, I confirm that He wants me to share those first before I do that. So yeah, that's basically it today. Thank you for anyone who's actually watched this to the end. I know sometimes it can be a bit tiresome listening to people, but anyways, so thank you guys, and I will hopefully talk to you guys again soon.